Shalom, good evening. With this video, we try to achieve, to reach a new audience of people. So this will be like a new introduction about everything that our organization facing each other try to achieve. Right? My name is Ariel Cohen Aloro, and what we try to achieve is to bring Jesus back to Am Israel in a legal way, from the front door. It means through the establishment of the rabbi. It means that is something that is not possible, but this is what we try to achieve. How we try to achieve this? We're supposed to do a ceremony of like similar to the act of Pidyon Haben, redemption of the firstborn, like Jewish do with the firstborn with the priesthood. Jesus was sold to the priesthood, so he don't belong anymore to Am Israel. So we have to reverse the action of selling Jesus to the priesthood. In the moment we sold it to the priesthood, it's like belong to God. We are not allowed to use it anymore. So we have to reverse the action. It's like to buy it back from the priesthood. All right. So first of all, we have to do this action with the biggest of generation. All right. And after we plan to do a retrial of Jesus with 10 big rabbis, I will fight against, I will do a debate in a series of debate for a long period of time against 10 rabbis, me alone against 10 rabbis, and only after this every Jew will be asked personally to do this act of Pidyon Nefesh, like redeem your soul. It's like part of your soul is in prison. That refers to the general concept of Mashiach, what is Jesus, but everybody have his private spark of Mashiach, and this private spark of Mashiach is in prison, and everybody have to unlock this spark from the prison by paying the amount of money, all right, that we talk about. Now, we talk about, first of all, I have to do this ceremony with my rabbi. And just before Rosh Hashanah this year, 1 month ago, my rabbi gave me a green light. He asked me to get the money so we can do this ceremony. I talk about the biggest rabbi in the world. I'm not going to mention his name right now. And the amount of money we're talking about is $2 million. Secret of two blood. Blood in Hebrew is money. It's a secret of two blood, because the soul of Jesus, when he descend more low, he become two concepts, what we call the body and the blood of Mashiach, what Jesus calls the body and the blood. It's like the two inclinations, it's like the duality. All right, so these two blood refer to the two commandments that Am Israel perform when they go out of Egypt. Is the blood that refers to the Brit Milah. This corresponds to Yosef, that is the firstborn to the mother, have to do with the soul, with the wine. And it is the other blood that refer to the sacrifice of Pesach, that refer to the firstborn from the father, to Esav, it's like the bad guy, to the bread, to the father. All right, so this concept of two blood have to come back to Am Israel in a legal way. All right, and to achieve this, we need $2 million. Now, in the book of Matthew, in the chapter 17, the end of the chapter 17, it is a story that they need to pay the coin of silver to the temple, the מחצית השקל. So Jesus sent Petros to catch a fish, and he told him, the first fish you catch, you will open the mouth of the fish, and you will find there the silver, the coin we need. Right? Now this refers to the 153 fish, big fish, too. Why? We talk about the chapter 17 in the book of Matthew. 17 equal in Hebrew the word tov in Gematria, good, all right? And the number 153, it's a triangle of 17. It means 1 plus 2 plus 3 until 17 equal 153, all right? So now we don't go into a big fish that will give us a $2 million, because so far it didn't work, because every time we catch a fish like this, he has to speak with the rabbi, and then the rabbi don't want to speak with nobody. He's afraid that this go out in a bad way, and this not work anymore. This have to be done very discreet, in a discreet way. All right, so we prefer, I have to get the money to my organization, facing each other, and then I will go to my rabbi, I will tell him, I have the money, let's do it. Okay? We will do it first of all quietly, but after we will be ready, we will publish it, and then we start the retrial of Jesus. This is the plan. Okay, so now we are going to try to catch 153 fish. Now, in the same opportunity, I will explain you a little bit about the book of Matthew. In Hebrew, we call it Matai, what it means when. So we're talking about a book that has to do with time. When. Each chapter in the book of Matthew refers to another when, another time. In the book of Kohelet, there are 28 time. Is a time.
Ecclesiastes.
Yes, Ecclesiastes. So it's a time to give birth. Is it related to the first chapter? We have 28 chapters, 28 time. The first chapter, Abraham gives birth to Yitzchak, Yitzchak gives birth to Yaakov, etc. It's time to give birth. The second time is the time to die. So then Ordus will kill all the children in Bethlehem, all the baby, etc. All right, so this parallel. So the 17th time, it's a time to ask, levakesh. Levakesh, to ask. It's the same letter of bet, 2 shekel, 2 silver money. Each silver of money refers to the secret of the 2 blood, the $2 million. Blood in Hebrew is money, like we say. Dam. Dam is money, is kesef. All right, shekel equal in Gematria, dam, Yeshua, the blood of Yeshua, of Jesus. Okay? So when we talk about 2 blood, 2 shkalim, we talk about really 4 blood. If we go to the concept of the 30 silver, 30 coin that Jesus was sold to the priesthood equal in Gematria 2 times $1,000,000 plus 2 times dam, 2 times blood. So we talk about 4 blood. Why we have here 4 blood? Because really we have to do this ceremony twice. The first time we have to do it in the name of the rabbi, the biggest rabbi today in the world, wrote over 200 books, and we have to do the ceremony again in the name of the Rabbi Melubavitch Schneerson, the Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson. I'm not going to get now to all the detail, why exactly the $2 million, why exactly the Rabbi Schneerson we have to do it with him. This has to do with the different part of the soul of Mashiach. But this is the way it has to be done. But for the rabbi, we need really $2 million, not for the rabbi. For the rabbi, he can do it with something that represents the 2 blood. All right, it's better to do it with $2 million. But if we don't get another $2 million, we can do it with something that similar. It can be 1 shekel, 1 coin of shekel silver, shekel. Right. By the way. Now let's come back to the book of Matthew. This 28th chapter refers to the 28th letter, Hebrew 28th letter.
The alphabet.
Of the alphabet. Usually we know that in Hebrew we have 22 letters, but if we add to these 22 letters the 5 final letters that we write it in different way, we count it in different way, we get with and we add to all, we receive 27 letters, and then we add another aleph that refers to 1,000. Aleph is the same letter, we write it the same thing, that it means 1,000. All right, so we go from 1 to 1,000 with the gematria of all the letters. This becomes a cycle from 1 to 1,000, and this refers to 28 letters. So what will be the 17th letter in the alphabet? The letter P, that it means mouth. We ask with the mouth, and this is the mouth of the fish, right? This 28th chapter refers to the 28 kings, from David to Jesus. It's 28 generation. Right? So the 17th generation after David is Sha'altiel, father of Zerubbabel. So Sha'altiel, it means in Hebrew, I ask from God. Lish'ol, it's to ask. Right? So I request from God. Sha'altiel is the secret of the generation that refer to this chapter. This was just to show to you guys that how much with vessel of Judaism we can go deep to understanding of what really hiding in Christianity. It's very important, so really the Jewish rabbi can appreciate what really hiding there. All right? Because Jesus is like a naked truth. Yeshu, the way we call him, equal in Gematria Arum, what it means naked. And if he is naked, we cannot talk about him. How we dress him? With the Torah, with Torah vessel. All right? So, in the moment we have a deep understanding to all the concept of Christianity, the Trinity, the body and the blood of Mashiach, the cross, etc. So then we can really talk about it's like the fig tree is ready. The fig tree refers to the Torah, the tree of knowledge, good and evil. What is the Torah? In the moment the fig tree is ready, it means the second coming can appear, because we can really talk to the Jewish people about Jesus, and there is no harm. No problem. Okay? So this was, by the way, why it's important that to dress Jesus with clothing of Torah. And I give you just small example, how example how we can teach Christianity to Jewish in the way that it makes sense in vessel of Torah. All right, so people don't have to be offended because I make from them fishes, because in Judaism, fish refer always to righteous men, people. 17 equal tov, good. Who is the most important fish in the Torah? Is Moses. We call him Moshe because I pull him
drawn
from
out of the water.
Yes, all right. So ki min hamayim meshitiu. Moshe, when he born, they saw that he's good, right? He's good. Good equals 17. All right. So Moshe represents the goodness, the light, and we call him the fish. His disciple Yehoshua bin Nun. Bin Nun, it's mean in Aramaic the son of the fish. Nun is the way we say in Aramaic fish. Bin, it's like son. All right, so he's a disciple of Moses, so he's the son of the fish. Joshua. All right, so our sages ask, what was the original name of Moses? Because only when he was 3 months old, Batia gave him the name Moses. So probably his parents gave him a name before this. So the main opinion there about the original name of Moses is Tuvia Shmo. Tuvia Shmo. This is the word of our sages. In the Talmud, his name is Tuvia, that equal in Gematria 378, what is $2 million. $2 million. All right? So, Tuvia from the word Tov. Yah, it's like Hallelujah, it's the name of God. All right, so Moses is good. So now we are not going to one big fish. We are going to we try to achieve 153 big fishes instead, all right? And everybody that want to be one of the 153 fish, big fish of Jesus, can volunteer to help us in this manner of getting the money we need to bring back Jesus to Am Israel. Am Israel and all the world is right now in the very big trouble, right? We are under attack of the beast, and the only way to fight the beast is to bring Mashiach, and in the day we will do Pidyon Ben, Mashiach will be with us already. Emmanuel, God will be with us. Jesus will be with us, even we will not see it yet. But in the same day, Mashiach will be in us. In the same day we do the redemption. I talk about 1.5 months from now. So we talk about a speed fundraising marathon that we try to achieve now. So everybody that want to learn more about our organization is invited to go to Facing Each Other. There are over 800 videos there about all concepts of Christianity, and I will be happy to hear from you guys. Thank you very much. Shalom.
Thank you.